Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa Buddhang namami, Dhammang namami, Sanghang namami. Homage to Triple Gem, homage to Bhante, Guru Bhante Bhikshu Sangh. Metta to Anagarikas and Upasakas and Upasikas. So, once again, welcome to Sunday evening Dhamma program. So, we gather again today, this evening, like every Sunday. And one of the reasons for us to have Dhamma is for us to have a perspective on our life. It gives us a view, a perspective on life, because we get all kinds of thinking, perception, outlook, understanding. All this can be put under the category of view, what we call the view, right? Which means the way we look at the life, look at the world. So everyone has different perspective on life, and also on oneself and the world, the life, the world, the relationship, the right and wrong, the good and bad, So sometimes it can be quite confusing, in the sense that our thought, in simple word I would say, our thoughts and our feelings and the way we look at the life, the world, becomes very much unclear, very much confused, and then we anyway have to act upon in our life. We need to anyway have to say, have to do, have to go by our own daily routine, daily chores, the goals, the struggles, all of that. So therefore, eventually it becomes a bit confused, you see. And therefore, Dhamma come in the way. The Dhamma that Buddha discovered. Because the Buddha himself was confused, Before he was Buddha, he too was confused. He too would get a lot of clutter in the mind, right? And then when you act with the cluttered mind, then there is mess, right? There is mess in your life. There is mess in your thought. So the result is obviously unpleasant, suffering, you see. So therefore, therefore Dhamma gives us that perspective, you see. So therefore, listening to Dhamma over and over, again and again, is important for us to have a decluttered mind, a clear perspective on our life, our thoughts, our action, what is good, what is not good, right? So it gives us that renewed clarity, the renewed understanding, perspective on our life. Even though this understanding, this view will also change, there will be changes. It may not stay for a long time. It kind of undergoes its own changes, because our mind is still not fully cultivated, fully stable in the right view, in the right view. So therefore, the Dhamma is something important for us to listen, to study over and over, again and again, because it covers the very core of our self. It just touches the very core, the very cause, the very core of every being. So therefore, Dhamma is very crucial. So today I wanted to just remind you of why we look at Dhamma, why we study Dhamma, why we listen to Dhamma. So to give you a perspective again, the importance of Dhamma. And sometimes we may think that Dhamma is something separate from our life, right? It's not. It's all our life. It's all about our own life. Because it talks about our view, our feeling, thoughts, emotion, likes, dislikes, suffering, misery, relationship, and success, loss, or whatever. So it talks about all of that, right? So it's not something outside of our life. So we shouldn't see Dhamma as something additional, as something foreign, as something different from our life, right? Because when you think like that, then it becomes a kind of optional, right? So spirituality, Dhamma, becomes like an optional for us. But Dhamma is not an optional, right? It is very much part of our life in case you want to make best out of your life. Right? If you really want to make best use of your own life, to achieve happiness, to achieve stability, to achieve the clarity. So in that way you can say optional, right? If you want a messy, clutter, confused life, that is also an option in that case, right? So you have an option. But otherwise, at the core, Dhamma is not optional. It is very much part of our life, part and parcel of our life, right? Because Buddha, being enlightened, he has achieved the very epitome of knowledge and wisdom, right? He knew life as a whole, right? As a full. And not just his life, but everybody's life. And not just human being, but animals, divines. Every single being, sentient being on this planet and any other planets, the whole universe, right? So having had all of that knowledge of all the past or the future, so he had a very clear and overall picture of life, how the life actually functions, right? But we can even have, without Buddha also we can have, but ours will be somewhat limited, somewhat biased, somewhat short-sighted. So therefore, we need Buddha, right? But remember that Buddha also was in a position like all of us. It's not like Buddha was just born like that, right? He also achieved this clarity after many, many lives of tapasya, of practice, all of that. So he had that knowledge, full knowledge. So therefore, we see Buddha as somebody who discovered the highest potential of human life, and not just discover, but realized, achieved that for himself. You see, so we should look Buddha as somebody who has achieved the highest human potential. Because as being human, we can say, what is the potential of human being, right? What is the power? What is the potential? What human being can do, right? So he has achieved the ultimate in terms of human achievement. But of course, we in our common world, we speak of human potential in terms of you can say material-based achievement. Whether it is science, technology, arts, music, and all of that, right? So we see that art, technology, music, and all of that, science, as something, the highest, higher or big human potential or achievement, which is also a good thing, of course, which is also something that we need as human being. We need all those achievement, all those success. We do need that. They are helpful, but they are just one part of our life. You see, they are just one part of our life, because if they are everything, then we would have no problem. We would have no problem. But despite all the achievement in science, technology, music, art, we still have, in fact, seems like more problem. Compared to earlier days, it seems to us that there are more problems. You see, creating more problem. So obviously there is some issue. There is some problem, isn't it? So Buddha realized that long time back. You see, so every generation in the history has their own achievement, feats in the world of science, technology, arts, and music, right? But it's also in Buddha's time as well, right? It's not like today we are suddenly higher in terms of achievement in the material world. Every generation has their own, you see. So therefore, Buddha, as a prince, he leaves his home because he knew that there is some need for human being more than just the material, which is good. In fact, he speaks about that. But there is something to be more that we need to achieve. So therefore, the need of Dharma. So today, I wanted to remind you, re-emphasize the why Dhamma, why Buddha, why Dhamma, or spirituality in general, spirituality, Dharma, Buddha, why we do and why we need it, right? So with this understanding, now today I would like to share with you all a teaching that is quite popular in today's time, about being in the moment, being in the present. This is something that we hear a lot. So this is also something that Buddha also spoke in a teaching called Baddhe Karatta Sutta. Baddhe Karatta, that is fortune, fortunate. Baddeka means fortune, Ratta means night, a fortune night, or you can say a fortune day or night, whatever. So to have that luck, to have that fortune. So let's say, what is the fortune, what is the luck the Buddha is speaking about? So Buddha says that some sloka that the Buddha gives. So it said, one should not chase after the past, nor place expectation on the future, for whatever is past has been left behind, and the future has not yet been attained. Atitang nanva gameya nappatikan kya anagatang pachuppanna chayo dhammo tattha tattha vipassati. But whatever phenomena is present, he observes it clearly, moment by moment, unshaken, unagitated. The wise one should cultivate that. Today, the effort must be made, for who knows if death will come tomorrow. There is no bargaining with him, with death. That great army lords, dwelling thus ardent and resolute, day and night, without fatigue. That one, say, the serene and wise, is truly called one with a single excellent night. So in Pāli, it is says, Atitang nanva gameya nappatikan kya anagatang yadatitang pahinantang appatancha anagatang pachuppanna chayo dhammang tattha tattha vipassati asanghirang asangkuppang tang vidya manubruhaye ajjeva kichang matabbang kojanyang maranang suve nahi so sangarang tena mahasenena machuna evang viharing atabbing ahoratang matanditang tangve badde karattoti santo achik khati muni. So this is the teaching that the Buddha has given. So one should not atitang nanva gameya, atitang nanva gameya nappatikanke anagatang. So atita is the past, nanva gameya. It will not come, it will not come, or it has gone, right? So the future has not yet come. So this is with regard to past, because a lot of us live in the past, right? Oh, I had like this in the past. You may say, oh, I had this good thing in the past, lot of good thing in the past. Now I don't have. Or some bad thing happened in the past. Oh, such and such thing happened to me in the past. Why that happened to me in the past? Or, oh, why didn't I do like this in the past? Why didn't I say like this in the past? So being in the past, you see. So Buddha is saying that past is gone. It is no more. It is not there. So we shouldn't be bothered by the past. We shouldn't too much dwell in the past, because it doesn't exist. It has gone. It has long left, right? Because if we are too much in the past, then we will have worry. It is uddacha kukucha. This is one hindrance. Uddacha kukucha. Uddacha is restlessness, and kukucha is worry, right? So when you are restless, which means your mind is not in the present, right? You are too much in the past. So that is uddacha. Then kukucha, worry. Then you will worry also, because you are dwelling in the past, you are remembering something, and then you worry, oh, why this happened to me, or why this has not happened to me, why did I take that decision, why didn't I, all of that. So So that is worry. So therefore, we shouldn't be in the past. We shouldn't be in the past. So also, future. Atitang nappati kanki anagatang. The past, the future also has not yet come, right? So sometime we live in the future as if the future is already now, right? So and then we worry, already some kind of some kind of we are, or something will happen, this will happen, that will happen, or if it doesn't happen, if that doesn't happen, apprehending future, right? So then we are already in the future, So you see, in the past we are thinking why that happened to me, why it didn't have, and then in the future, why if that doesn't happen, if there's some bad thing happen, or if that good thing doesn't happen, so we are in the future, you see. So this is a problem. So you see, because that is, we don't know, whether the future will really be what we are thinking. It can be anything, right? It is so uncertain. We don't know, right? But we almost live as if it is there already, as if. So living in the past, living the future is a problem, you see. Although we can bring some lesson from the past and have some plan for the future, that is not the problem. But then worrying, it's with regard to past, you are worrying, or you are too much in the past and future. It has to be to the extent necessary, right? So you should take the past as much as it is needed, and maybe learning something as a lesson, but not as like worry, Arey, why this happened to me, all of that. Then Buddha says, but whatever phenomenon is present, he observe it clearly, moment by moment, unshaken, unagitated. The wise one should cultivate that. Today the effort must be made. So that is whatever. Now in the present, whatever is happening, right? Whatever is there is the reality, right? Whether you like it or not, whether you want to accept it or not, but the present is real. It is there. And it doesn't mean the past was not real. Past was also real. But the present is real, and we have to be in the present because we have a huge say in the present, right? We have a huge control in our present. You see, the past we don't have control. The future also we don't have control. But in the present, we have control. Not 100%, but some percent. I don't know how much percent. It depends on each individual. And everyone will have different level of control depending on how they develop their mind. You see, it's again depend on how you develop your mind. You see, so whatever phenomena is present, whatever may be the situation, feeling, thinking, whatever people, duties, or health, or whatever. So whatever is the present, you just observe it clearly. You observe it clearly. Yes, I have now this. And clearly, have some clarity. Try to have more clarity where you stand. Where you stand in the present, now, in this situation, in this moment. And also, moment by moment. So, be in the moment by moment. Like, You observe every kinds of thoughts and feelings and emotions and likes and dislikes and thought and perspective, whatever you're getting at every moment, you be with that. Instead of being in the past every moment by moment, be in the present every moment by moment, as much as you can. And unshaken, so don't be shaken, right? Which means don't get easily troubled by your present, right? So have that courage, have that resilience, have that tolerance, have that understanding, have that kindness in the present, unagitated. So something is happening in the present, so don't get unagitated. Fine, okay, this is happening, fine. This is happening, this is thinking, fine. So everything is fair, as they say, right? Everything is fair in the war, something like that they say. But actual fair is the present. You may say it is unfair, but it is what it is. The present is there, So it is there. For whatever reason, it is there. Right? Blame this, don't blame actually, yeah. Don't blame anyone. The present is just there. Because blaming is also again worrying, right? Again going to the past. Oh, because of this person, that person, you again hold on to that past, right? So just unagitated. The wise one should cultivate that. So you have to cultivate. So it doesn't mean that you will be so unagitated, unshaken, being in the... Of course, you will again bounce back to the past and jump in future. It will keep happening, of course, but you have to keep coming back to the present, and that's something we do in the meditation as well, right? If you see in meditation, your mind doesn't settle in the present, isn't it? And a lot of people, they say, oh, meditation is so difficult. For me, they say, maybe for other people meditation may be good, but for me it is so difficult. I can't be in the moment for even a second or two. Yes, that's why you have to meditate. That's why you need meditation. If you just sit in meditation and you get settled, then why do you need meditation? You are already enlightened, which means you must be enlightened. You don't need meditation. And as you sit in meditation, the same thing happens. Going back in the past, future. As you sit on the cushion, you are already in 2010 or 1990 or 80 or somewhere, or 2050, 2030 or somewhere, isn't it? So you come back, right? What you do, you suddenly realize, oh, I'm in 2025. why I'm thinking I'm in 2020, 2010, So you keep coming back, So that's why we need to meditate, right? It's an exercise, it's a training for our mind to come back, you see, to the present, and also, you see, unshaken, unagitated in the meditation, right? So as you meditate, you might remember something from the past, right? And then oh, this happened to me. Then you might start, already worrying. You see. So you have to say, see, I'm getting this worry. Yeah. So face your worry, right? Courageously face your worry. But what we do, we stop meditation, go to the reels, or go to some other thing. We want to quickly move to something, you see, isn't it? We just want to have a coffee or tea or some biryani or some reels or call somebody or if not, shout at somebody or remember something about somebody and call them and shout at them, whatever, right? So that is not a courageous thing. Actual courage is to face yourself, right? We say, oh, if you're facing some enemy on the border, of course that is also a courage, but ultimate courage is to face yourself. And that's what you do in meditation, you see. That's why it is called tapasya, because tapasya is like burning, right? It burns you. You are burning yourself in the meditation. So there is a burning happening. So you don't want to take it. You feel that it is too much for you, and then you are bored or whatever. Right? You want a quick solution, right? That is, go to the reel or go to some food or whatever. Talk to somebody or whatever, right? So you are not facing yourself, your own past or your own future. The worry, the expectation, apprehension, all of that with regard to past and future. Today the effort must be made, for who knows if death will come tomorrow. You see, ajjeva kichang katabang ko janyang maranang suve. You see, so Buddha is saying today it must be done, because who knows death will die tomorrow. We all think that others will die maybe, but I'm not going to die. Right? I'm not going to die. And sometimes we don't want to talk about death. You see, one of thing in our culture is talking about death is considered unauspicious. But today Buddha is speaking about auspicious by talking about death. You see, Badde Karatta, fortune. Why death is unfortunate? Death is part of us. You see, we love ourselves, but this body we love, but this body is eventually going to die. So why do you think it is unfortunate? Why do you think it is unauspicious to talk about the death? Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you want it or not, you are going to meet death. You see. So it is very important to, assimilate the idea of death, the reality of death in ourselves, in our heart. It should be a daily conversation. Death should be a daily conversation. It should not be seen as unauspicious or bad, you see. So what happens when you are always with the idea of death, it's not like you are going to die, right? Just by being aware of death doesn't mean you will die. You see, if that is the case, then you see, maybe if say somebody in your family is sick, right? They're bedridden for many years, let's say 10 years, 20 years. You always see them. But do you get bedridden when you see them? You don't. Then why do you think that if you talk about death, you will die? You're not going to die, yeah? So we need to talk about death. We need to reflect, contemplate on death. And what that will happen? By you will make effort. You will be more, you will put effort. You will make effort to do good, to not delay in doing good, in training yourself. You can say training yourself, right? Effort. There is no bargaining with him, with death, the great army lord. So when the death comes, there is no bargaining, right? You can't say, hello death, can you wait for 1 or 2 days? These 2 days, I will be very careful. I will do all the good thing, right? Please wait. It's not going to happen. So there is no bargaining, nothing. When the death comes, you just have to go. And it can come anytime. Not necessarily at the age of 70, 80, or 90. That's what we do, right? We think death, maybe after 90 it will come, not today. Right? So it will come, right? So therefore, we need to see death, and we need to, that is the end, because with the death, everything ends, and then what goes along with you? All your karma, good or bad. That's the only thing go along with you. And then accordingly you get another life based on the karma that you have done. So why don't we should do good karma? Why shouldn't we train ourselves? Because we are going to get where we left. Essentially, we are going to get where we have left, right? That's the thing. You continue where you have left. So you will be again in the same kind of state of mind, undeveloped, if it is undeveloped mind. Again, with the undeveloped mind, you suffer more and more. So therefore, we should think like that, dwelling thus ardent and resolute day and night, without fatigue, that one say the serene and wise is truly called one with a single excellent night. So dwelling thus, by doing like this, you are ardent and resolute day and night without fatigue. So day and night, you are mindful, you are wise, you are not lethargic, you are very active and doing good. Of course, not overactive again, but sort of balanced, active. And then you are calm and peaceful and wise. So then you have an excellent night, which means you have an excellent life, excellent mind, excellent life, right? So therefore, we just, instead of thinking about past and future, you think about death, right? You think about death. So what will happen when you think about death? Actually, you will not get worried, right? Because if you really think about death, do you get worried? Not so much, right? If I tell you you will die, you are going to die, then do you get worried? No, you don't get, right? But if you think, oh, this happened to me, that person told me like that person did this to me, then the real worry starts, isn't it? So in a way, just contemplating on death, it actually, first of all, it doesn't give us worry. Secondly, it makes us more, mindful. It makes us more wise. It makes us more pure. It makes us less negative, isn't it? If you really do it, right? If you think about death, and then you are in the moment, right? And another way of looking at death is not the actual death, right? Every moment we are dying, right? Now, as we sit here, maybe we are sitting here since 5:30, so now it's 7, exactly 7 in fact now. So it's 1.5 hour is gone, which means we are 1.5 hour near death, isn't it? So we are 1.5 hour near to death. That's the thing, right? So we are dying every moment. You see, so when we see that, then we have no worry. We have no worry, we have clarity, and then we want to do good. Why? Because we carry that goodness with us, right? So therefore, no past, no worry about past, no worry about future, but every moment, just accept things as they come. Be more courage to face yourself, and be be aware of death, which is the reality. To be with death means to be with reality. Because we are dying every moment, and ultimately we anyway die. Yeah. And we are again born. And again, we are born to die again, you see. So death is so much part of us. Every moment, it is there. So it actually, in fact, you see, some people, that is of course wrong, but not right. But what people do, when say, let's say people who commit suicide, not a right thing to do. Of course, it's not at all a good thing. As Buddha says, it's a big crime, big evil, papa, killing yourself is also much bigger than killing others, right? But why people do that? Because they think that all the doors are closed for me. Now the only option for me is death. You see, that's what people think. So even, that is a wrong, of course, a wrong way of looking at the death. But what I'm trying to say is that death actually ends everything. It can end our sorrow also. It can end our suffering also. But not actually by killing, by looking for death, but just being aware of death. Just being aware of death. So therefore, death is a very important tool for us to be in the moment, and very much important. So as Buddha said, as the power of now. Somebody wrote a book, I think quite became popular. I don't know, maybe J.D. Krishnamurti or somebody wrote the book, The Power of Now. You see, it's a very popular book. So this is something Buddha is trying to say, right? The power of now. So you have all the say, all the option, all the choice, all the power in the present, now, right now, as you sit here. You see. Now as you listen, you are trying to listen and trying to understand, trying to process, trying to make sense of it. That's present, that being present, you see. So therefore, we have to look at the past and look at the future in a very wise manner. So this is a reflection for all of you. With this, I conclude. I wish that you get all the power to be in the present, to focus in the present, and grow in happiness. So,